Hi. So I was thinking how different it was in the 70s being a kid in Canada watching TV on Saturday mornings when you didn't have cable. Hi, my name's Connie. I'm 55. This is my channel, GenX Life in Progress. When you were a kid, if you lived in Canada, did you have cable TV? I didn't. I didn't have cable until I lived on my own. So 19 or 20 is when I got cable. So as a kid, I was forced to watch Saturday mornings on two channels. We had CTV and CBC, and that was it. We got a third channel in something like 1985, I'm going to guess. Anyways, so, programs that I watched as a kid without cable. When I woke up in the morning, my first program that I watched was Spider Man, the original cartoon Spider Man. It was actually pretty awesome. I still like the original Spider Man today. And I don't think there is any other Spider Man other than that half-hour cartoon that we used to watch as kids. After that, we went straight into usually Merry Melodies. Sometimes that was the Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner show. And in between the shows, there was about a 5 minute cartoon. It took me till yesterday to figure out what this little guy cartoon was. And it was Professor Kitzel. I'm wondering if you remember Professor Kitzel. He was a little guy who had a time machine, and he would go back in time and go back to the dinosaurs or go back to Napoleon, and he would tell us all about history. And I finally figured out who that was. That made me happy. And we also had the Pink Panther. I think that was a little bit later on that we actually got the Pink Panther. We also had a Saturday morning movie that we could watch. Now, the movies rotated a lot of the time. It was Abbott and Costello, of course, black and white. Abbott and Costello. We had Pippi Longstocking. That one was in color. I loved the Pippi Longstocking. And we had Ma and Pa Kettle. My husband and I actually watched a Ma and Pa Kettle a couple of weeks ago just for fun. And oh my gosh, that show would not survive nowadays. Anyways, I highly recommend look up these movies and watch them just for fun. I almost forgot one movie, and this movie used to creep me out. Puff and Stuff. Who remembers Puff and Stuff? My husband wants to watch this, and I just say flat out, no way am I watching that creep show. It was about a witch and a creepy little kid and a whistle. And I don't know why, but this is just about the creepiest thing I think movie I've ever seen as a kid. Comment on Puff and Stuff if you like. I remember watching Swiss Family Robinson. Did anybody watch Swiss Family Robinson? It was about the family that was on the deserted island. It was mom and a dad, two brothers, and then the little girl. I believe her name was Elizabeth, but I can't remember. Anyways, I remember watching that, and it was pretty cheesy. What else? Oh, You Can't Do That on Television and Let's Go. Let's Go, I mentioned that in a past video, but it was Canadian, and it was doing little skits, and they all wore t-shirts that said Let's Go, and I just remember a lot of blocks. Where's their props? Yeah, I'm just looking at my list here. What else did we watch? Oh, Hinterland Who's Who. Do you remember that? That was another thing that we watched on Saturday mornings. Yeah, Saturday mornings for a Canadian kid in the 70s without cable was not that exciting. It was always exciting getting to sleep over at someone else's house. I remember sleeping over at someone's house who had cable and in the morning watching reruns, must have been reruns, of The Facts of Life. And I thought that was just great being able to watch something else. Or Smurfs. We didn't have Smurfs either. And Rocky and Bullwinkle. Didn't have Rocky and Bullwinkle. Anyways, do you remember what you watched in the 70s or probably early 80s as well on Saturday mornings being a kid in the 70s? No cable and Canadian TV. If you have something different or you want to make a comment, make a comment. And if you like this video or others like it, then hit subscribe and also like this video. I'll talk to you again.